Good afternoon, everybody. Here I'm going to give you this video so that you can study for the summative assessment of tomorrow. So please, here, this is the order of the day. We have here general instructions. We are going to review the modal verbs could and should. And then I'm going to give you the instruction for the summative assessment that you've got for tomorrow. Okay? Now please, let's continue. In this case, I have these instructions in Spanish because I need you to understand when we have our video conferences. Okay? Aquí tienen que, cuando ingresen a la videoconferencia, ustedes tienen que hacer clic en el botón de chatear para que ustedes ahí registren su asistencia y poner present. Nombre, apellido, present. Recuerden esta parte de aquí, por favor, si no, no tengo cómo registrar su asistencia a las clases. Luego de eso, ustedes están ingresando y al momento que ingresan, ustedes hacen clic en el botón de audio para silenciar. Únicamente cuando se requiera, ustedes van a activar aquí mismo el audio y si no, van a estar en silencio. Lo que sí les pido por favor es tener activado el video para podernos comunicar mejor y para podernos ver entre todos. Además, ustedes cada que quieran pedir la palabra, ustedes van a la opción de participantes y ahí ustedes van a ver una opción que dice levantar la mano o les aparece esta mano de aquí. Entonces con eso ustedes ya están pidiendo la palabra y de forma ordenada vamos a ir hablando o participando todos. Y en este tipo de actividades recuerden siempre que es muy importante respetar la opinión del otro y la intervención de los demás. Recuerden eso por favor. Con estas instrucciones empezamos nuestra clase. Thank you. So here we have, as you can remember, the last week we were working with the modal verb could. So here I've got a picture about Miguel since he was 2 years old until he is 11 years old. So here, I'm going to say some sentences with these pictures. For example, Miguel couldn't read a newspaper when he was 3 years old. Miguel could play online games when he was 6 years old. But Miguel couldn't skate when he was 7 years old. Now here, when he was 9 years old, he could use the computer. Or when he was 11 years old, he could make some tacos. Now we are going to remember this activity with the platform. Do you remember our book? Here I brought the book. So let me check here. I'm going to look for the page. Wait a little bit while this is open. And here. So please, in this part, we are going to answer these questions about Miguel. Here we have, could Miguel swim when he was 5 years old? So we are going to look for this here, this information, and look at. So here is, yes, he could. Could Miguel make tacos when he was 11? Yes, he could. Could he read an ebook when he was 2? Ebook, look at here, he's playing with the ebook but not reading. So here, no, he couldn't. Could he read a newspaper when he was 3? Look at here, it's difficult for him to read a newspaper, so no, he couldn't. And here, could he make a website when he was 9? Let's check if he could do that. Look at here. He is in front of the computer. He is happy. That's why he could. Now we are going to check the answers. And look, they are correct. So, remember here, when you answer these questions with could, look at here, we have the modal verb at the beginning of the question. You always have to answer with yes or no. Yes or no. Okay, remember, short answers. You have to use short answers here to answer these questions. And don't forget at the end of the question mark. And here, when you say yes he could or not no he couldn't, you have to use the capital letter, the comma, and the full stop at the end of the answer. Remember this information when you are doing the summative assessment. So, let's go back to the slideshow. And here, we are going to remember the topic of this week. That, do you remember? Here we were working with should in the class. Now, you have to remember that should is a modal verb that helps us to give recommendations, to give advices. So here, for example, there are some things that we should do or shouldn't do. For example, here we should use wind and solar power, but we shouldn't use a lot of electricity and gas. We should have showers instead of baths. But here, we shouldn't use a lot of water. Remember here, this is to give recommendations, to give advices, and remember this part. Should, it means in Spanish debería, and shouldn't, no debería. Remember this information, please. Now here I've got a dialogue between Jenny and Kevin. As you can see, these two students are talking about ways of how to take care of the environment here in their school. So, excuse me. So here we have some activities. We have the answers of this dialogue. You can verify the answers with the answers you've got in your book. And we are going to look at the page, wait for me please, of this activity. The activity is this. So here, according to the information, we did this activity. Kevin is the school news reporter. False. The name of the club is Baytown Student Green Club. False. There aren't many things young people can do to help the environment. False, because there are lots of things that young people can do. We should reuse plastic bags. True. People shouldn't leave their computers on all the time. True. Now let's check if these answers are correct or incorrect. Oh, here is missing one. People should travel by car a lot. No. It's better, as we have a campaign before in the day of the sports, it's better to ride a bike instead of using a car. Remember. So let's check, and you can verify your answers with this. As you can see here, everything is correct. So analyze your answers if they are correct or incorrect, please. And this is the use of should, shouldn't. Remember that you have the grammar in your notebook. So please, it's very important that you check your notebook too. So I'm going to go back here, and that is the end of the class. With this information, as you can see here, is study time. You are going to take your first summative assessment on the classroom platform, and the topics that you have to study are the modal verb could, the modal verb should, vocabulary 1, that is related to the technology, and the vocabulary number 2, that is related to the nature. Here you got the excuse me please, excuse me, wait for me. For you, this is on Friday the 3rd of April. The 3rd of April, and the time is from 9:30 to 10:30. So 10:10, sorry, it's 40 minutes. 40 minutes for the summative assessment. So please, here, remember this information. This is not a formative assessment. This is a summative assessment. And here you have, as this is a summative assessment, you must be punctual. You have to be on time at 9:30 because the evaluation finishes at 10:10. So remember, tomorrow, Friday, the 3rd of April 2020, you are going to take the first summative assessment on the classroom platform. That's the end of the class. I hope this is useful for you, and best of luck for your evaluation tomorrow. Thank you so much. Bye bye.